Today I have some ideas for DIY decor for winter. Today's video is a part of a playlist hosted by Amanda, Chantel, and Brenda called Baby It's Cold Outside. Be sure to check out their channels in the description box below along with the playlist. Project number 1, I'm printing out a graphic on tissue paper. Just a regular piece of copy paper. I prefer to cut my tissue paper a little bit larger so that we can flip it over, tape it on the back, and then there's nothing for the printer to get jammed up on. It really would be best for you to use tape all the way around where there are no gaps. I'm going to try this and see how it works, see if it jams up or not. Now I'm going to cut the tissue paper from the back so that I can remove it from the copy paper. I have used oyster shells in some previous DIYs, and this is a shell actually I found in our neighborhood on the bank of one of our lakes. I'm going to give the inside 2 coats of white chalk paint. While the paint dries, I'm going to take the graphic that I printed out, and I'm using a wet paintbrush, and I'm just kind of taking it around the edge of the graphic so that it's not such straight, harsh lines. And I'm also trying to remove those words at the bottom. I'm going to use my gold paint pen on the edges of the shell, but I'm going to be using gold leaf rub and buff on the back. This shell was smooth enough on the back to be able to apply the rub and buff. For us down here in the Gulf, our oysters are very, very knobby, so painting the back would probably take spray paint rather than any other sort of paint. And finally, I'm going to use some Mod Podge in the center of the shell and then apply the graphic. I love this winter scene, and it's the perfect place to keep your jewelry. For project number 2, I'm using 4 of these children's blocks that I have thrifted, and I found that I had enough to spell out the word snow. So I'm simply gluing those together, and then I'm going to be adding some of these small little miniatures to the top of the blocks. So I'm just kind of deciding where I want them, and then I'm using hot glue to attach them. I'm using this little snow garland from Hobby Lobby to embellish the top of the blocks as well. Now we need a little bit of snow on the top of these blocks, so I'm going to apply some Mod Podge and then sprinkle some white glitter. Project number 3 is a simple winter sign. It was a little box sign that I'm reusing. I had already painted the tile inside white, and I printed off this graphic, and I'm going to be using some carbon paper to trace it onto the sign. Once I've transferred the letters, I'm going to use a black paint pen to color them in. The letters look a little bit harsh, so I'm going to use my finger sander to sand over the entire piece. Project number 4 are some candle cozies. This is a sleeve from a sweater that I used last year, and I had sewn up the bottom. So I'm just going to slide that over a candle holder, make a cozy little sweater for it. I'm also going to be using a pair of these socks that I did get from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use one of the socks and cut off the toe and do the same thing with a smaller candle holder. Make sure that you check out these ladies' channels in the description box below, as well as the playlist. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and notification bell. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.